a really incredible individual, Mr. Stoney Burke. Mr. Stoney Burke, will you take the mic there? Please give me a round of applause for Mr. Stoney Burke.
Thank you very much.
Hold on, Stoney. I can't tell you how pleased I am to have Stoney here with us, and I wanted to say a few words, but I wanted you to at least be able to see who I was talking about. That's why I asked Stoney to come up there. Stoney really is an interesting mix of activist and clown, and I don't think that's an insult. I'm sure that many of you have known about him for many years. He has stood on the plazas and streets and universities for the last 30 years at least, commenting on current events, and I know he's been in the Bay Area since 1977. He's been hassled or arrested so many times that he's lost count, in particular for his way of practicing free speech. And I know that a lot of you probably remember the time that he walked on, famously or infamously, he walked into the 1984 Democratic National Convention here in San Francisco, dressed as Uncle Sam with a security pass that he found, and he did give a spirited speech on the floor of the Moscone Center about greed and destruction, which was, I think, very well taken, despite the fact that he was hauled off to a mental hospital by the Secret Service. The list of anecdotes and arrest stories goes on and on. I met Stoney Burke when I was a student at UC Berkeley, and I know that countless generations of students have been educated there by Stoney despite the institutional surroundings. And therefore, it is an honor and a privilege to introduce a resolution today commending Stoney Burke for his 30 years of being, quote, a clown who rabble-rouses in defense of free speech. And by your signatures and your action today, we have proclaimed today as Stoney Burke Day in the city of San Francisco. Stoney, before you say anything, I want to show a little clip. Madam Clerk, if you could get them to roll that.
Media Services, if you could roll the tape. They're supposed to have the voice.
Is it mine or
was there sound here, Stoney?
There was sound previously.
Yeah, I'm usually funny when I'm talking.
Can you?
We are experiencing technical difficulties.
That's okay.
Well,
hold on one moment, and we are going to attempt to.
You sick? Somebody go out and get some burritos. Fuck this. Ask him if he wants hot sauce. Make him beg for it. And you know, the monkeys just wait until I hand the nice burritos over and grab the fucking... Well, maybe that's so that when the monkey shits on the floor and throws burrito poop at him, people will think it's even more colorful and fun. Did you see that? He has whole beans in his shit. It's true, man. You see people sitting there watching animals, but, you know, gorillas going, you want to look at my ass?
we're going to have to invest some money in a better audio system, but please join me once again in welcoming and recognizing Stoney Burke.
Bravo, Stoney.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Supervisor Sandoval. Thank you, supervisors. This is one of the greatest days of my life, and I'm glad to be here right in the center circle of the circus. And I know I don't have much time, but I've been doing this 30 years, and I would go into some town, and I'd say, where's your free speech area? And they'd looked at me, and like if I said, where's your three-headed camel? And I've always dreamed of putting 1 million soapboxes all across this country. That's 20,000 per state, 175 per county. We can put these out at Monster Park so people can stand there and say, where are you going with the 49ers? We can put them outside the bank so people can stand on these and say, where are you going with the money? Yeah, we can go outside the White House, circle the White House with these things, but you know there are some restrictions. Everybody gets 5 minutes. The next two people on the list are the designated hecklers. Oh yeah, let's see how heckly you get when you're the next time up. So when your time's up, the bell rings. Okay, how much do these cost? About 20 bucks. You can make them for less. Put a quarter in the little slot in here after 4 hours of talking. Pays for itself. You know, I was at a little cafe down in the Mission. I went in there. Everybody's drinking coffee. Everybody had Wi-Fi going. No one was talking to each other. And I'll tell you one thing. Are we going to let Googleize the parks? You know, the other day someone talked to me and said, Stoney, could you quiet down? I can't Google my computer while you're talking so loud in a public space. I almost vomited syllables. Yes. And when your time's up, your time's up. Someday, George Bush is going to have to stand on this box. And his time will be up. And I know Proposition I passed, so the mayor's going to have to get on the box. And when his time's up, his time's up. I want to thank the supervisors again. This is a great day in my life. I want to thank my mom and dad. You know, my mom and dad, back in 1961, in our small town, invited African Americans over in this little segregated town to come over for dinner. And in the morning, it was written like a racial slur, and someone had shot a bullet through my dad's mailbox. And you know what? My dad never changed that mailbox in 50 years. And that's the kind of town San Francisco is. I hope you adopt my proposition. Have a good day. Thank you very much, Supervisor.
Thank you, Stoney. Madam Clerk, why don't we now go to public comment?
The next item on the agenda is public comment. It's an opportunity for members of the public